What's up, everybody? So in the last video we unboxed that Starlink situation, and I got it installed on the van and we went away for a weekend. I'm going to show you the bracket that we used to install it. I'm going to show you where we installed it and give you some details about it. So we'll step back in time here in just a second and I'll show you all that, and then we'll chat about performance and etc. And then I'll leave links to everything we used in the description. Some of those links help out the channel. If you want to do that, that'd be awesome. Anyway, let me show you how we put this thing on the van. So here is the mount. It is just a 3D printed piece with holes in it. And so basically what's going to happen is the little bracket on the bottom of the dish gets taken off and this gets put on the van, and then the dish will slide onto it, which makes total sense. It's pretty cool, and it's very low profile. So let's go ahead and get up on top of the van and see how we're going to mount this thing. Okay, so it's not clicked in or anything, but I just wanted to set it on there and see how it goes. So that's perfect. It's actually going to fit exactly where I wanted it to fit. Yeah, so I'm just going to drill some holes in the mount, or in the rack, and I'm going to bolt her in. It's pretty sweet. I think this will work perfect. Alright, so we got it mounted up, and now all we have to do is plug the cable into the bottom of that and click it on there. I don't have enough hands to camera and do at the same time, and you know, working on a ladder safely and etc. So let me just do that and I'll be right back. Well, there you go. That's pretty slick. Now all I need to do is route the cable into the van, and I'm going to use zip ties and such, and you know, try to route it cleanly across the top of the van. And then where my cell booster, my Wii Boost, goes into the van is where I will then put the cable. Yeah, this is pretty sweet, man. That mounted on there just perfect. I think it's gonna be great. So I got the dish mounted on the van. Up there we ran the cable in through the back door and then all underneath the counter and stuff. It took some time. I wanted it to be nice and neat, and so it comes to this cabinet right here. Open up this cabinet and the router lives in here. This has some other electronic stuff in it. The only downside to the setup right now is that it's 110 only, so you have to have the inverter on to make it run. It gets warm too, like relatively warm, which tells me that it uses a fair amount of power. We just got back from a weekend away. I used it all weekend. I never shut the inverter off. The van and the solar, we have 800 watts of solar, kept up pretty nicely. I have no problem with it at all whatsoever. I also left the actual Starlink bracket in the van, because if we got into a spot where I needed to take it off the van and like put it somewhere else, I could do that. But I didn't have to. It was awesome. And so I'll show you a speed test here in a second. But a couple things that I want to mention. When you first get this thing, don't go through the prompts on the app to like start your profile and stuff. It's dumb because you're like trying to find internet and then there is no internet, but you're trying to click on to the next thing. It's easier, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, but it's easier to just go in the house or wherever, you know, where you already have internet, get on your computer, make the profile, start your account, do all that kind of stuff, download the app on your phone, log into your already existing account, and then go through the search the satellite stuff and find it that way. That would be the easiest way. It took about 15 minutes or so for all the processing stuff to go through so that we could actually use the internet. Just FYI, so don't get frustrated with that, because I was very frustrated with that. But it took about 15 minutes for it to all go through. All right, let me show you the actual performance of this thing. All right, so just taking a quick look at the app here. It's pretty simple. You've got your statistics, you've got your network. We've got 2 devices on it right now. This will show you whether you have obstructions above your dish on the roof. And then I tell you what, let's just run a speed test right now. $214 down, and looks like about 16.8 up. So here's what I'll tell you though. A couple other things. One is you're supposed to spend $2,500 or whatever for the one that makes it to where you can use it over the road. We never lost connection. We drove like 100 miles and never lost connection, like the whole time. Like we always had internet, even driving 70 miles an hour on the freeway. What I will say though is performance did change because I don't know if we're supposed to be on a different satellite, different internet interchange or whatever. So when we got where we were going, I went ahead and restarted the system again and it got faster. So I'm assuming that I don't know, but I'm assuming that your location in relation to the original satellite that you were on or the original network or whatever matters. So just know that when you get somewhere, just restart it, and it seemed to make a big difference actually. Yeah, other than that, it's been awesome. We did use it for a live stream and it was a little glitchy. I think that is some DNS settings internal to my stuff. I don't think that has anything to do with this. We had plenty of speed to do whatever we needed to do all weekend. I watched the Stanley Cup playoffs in a campground. We didn't use anybody else's stuff. It worked really awesome. I'm gonna use it again on another road trip coming up. And so far, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's pretty killer. If you have any questions about it, get in the comments and let me know. I'll leave a link to where I got the Starlink. It is an affiliate link at Best Buy. If you use that, it does help out the channel. They're not as expensive as I thought. Pretty easy to set up and pretty awesome. Internet everywhere. I love it. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you in the next video.